Just a reminder that this video is equipped with chapters. So feel free to jump to or skip to chapters that you want to watch.
Alright, we have here the new Vivo V40 phone, which I got for 30,000 Philippine pesos with a free generic Chinese TWS and speaker. It has a very nice black box with a colored holographic lettering and circle, which I think highlights the aura light of the V40. The configuration I got is the 512 gigs of storage with 12 gigs of RAM. This is also available with 256 storage for 25,000 pesos. Let's pop up the box now. And we are immediately presented with the phone. The color I got, which is for my wife, is the Sun Glow Peach. And this is available for two other colors, the Nebula Purple and Stellar Silver. In the inner box, we have a free jelly case, which is really nice for Vivo to do. Although I don't think this case can provide much protection to the device, but it looks nice and fits well. Of course, the usual paperwork are also here. And we have a USB-A to USB-C charging cable in the box, which came along with an 80-watt charging brick. Yes, 80 watts. And lastly, the SIM tray pin. Let's now unwrap this gorgeous beast of a mid-range phone. Wow, it feels really premium to the hands. It looks very stylish. We have all the buttons, volume rocker, and power at the right, and no buttons at all on the left side. A subtle Vivo branding at the back lower left corner, plus the camera module, which we'll get into details later. I must say, this is a very well-built smartphone that combines premium materials with a sleek design. It features a very curvy design, both on the front and back, which is consistent with Vivo's styling for the V series. Personally, I'm not a fan of a curved display, but I don't represent the majority of users anyway. The front is covered with Shot Sensation alpha hardened glass, while the back is made of Shots hardened glass. The frame is plastic, but it feels solid and structurally sound with minimal flex. The fingerprint reader is an under-display optical fingerprint sensor, and this has an IP68, IP69 dust and water resistance rating, making it durable and splash-proof. Despite its aggressive curves, the phone feels comfortable to hold. The matte finish on the back helps resist fingerprints, keeping the phone looking clean. The top of the phone, you'll find a couple of secondary microphone holes. These are used for improving audio quality during calls and recording. At the bottom, we have the SIM tray that can host two nano SIM cards, the USB Type-C charging port, and the main loudspeakers. The earpiece at the top front side of the phone acts as the secondary speaker of the phone. The V40 is also very lightweight at only 190 grams or 6.7 ounces, making it easy to handle and carry around. Overall, maybe except the curved screen, I love the looks and build of the Vivo V40. Okay, the Vivo V40 features a stunning display that stands out for its size, resolution, and overall quality. The display is curved to 6.78 inches AMOLED screen, with 1260 by 2800 resolution for 20 by 9 aspect ratio and 453 ppi. It supports HDR10 and HDR10+. The bezels are quite thin, contributing to a high screen-to-body ratio of around 90.1%. The display also boasts a peak brightness of 4,500 nits, making it easy to view in bright environments. The V40 supports a 120 Hz refresh rate, which ensures smooth scrolling and a responsive touch experience. It offers 3 refresh modes, 120 Hz, 60 Hz, and Smart Switch, which adjusts the refresh rate based on the content being viewed. It is also Widevine L1 DRM certified, which allows for high-quality streaming on apps like Netflix. The high resolution and pixel density make for a sharp and clear display. And combine that with a high peak brightness and HDR support, Vivo V40 ensure vibrant colors and good visibility in various lighting conditions. Plus, the 120 Hz refresh rate provides a smooth and fluid experience. Maybe aside from the curved screen, which is subjective, the only complaint I have in this display is the glossy finish, which easily reflects light that might be distracting in bright environments. Like what you are seeing here, the bulb in my room is reflecting heavily to the screen. The Vivo V40's display is one of its standout features, offering a combination of size, resolution, and performance that makes it ideal for media consumption, gaming, and everyday use, and making it a compelling choice for users looking for a premium viewing experience. In the audio department, the Vivo V40 also offers a solid experience with its stereo speaker setup. with the main speaker located at the bottom edge and a secondary speaker at the top edge. These stereo speakers provide clear and loud audio, enhancing your listening experience whether you're watching videos, playing games, or listening to music. The speakers deliver good sound clarity, making it easy to hear dialogues and music details. The audio gets loud enough for most environments, but it might not be as powerful as some dedicated audio devices, of course. But don't take my word for it. Take a listen to these sample sounds from the phone.
Let me show you what I got. This beat is so hot.
All right, the Vivo V40 features an under-display optical fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner is highly accurate, allowing for quick and reliable unlocking of the device. It is not as fast as the ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner on my Samsung S23, but it gets the job done and about 98% accurate for me. It offers fast recognition, making it convenient for daily use. Being under the display, it maintains the phone's sleek design without the need for a separate sensor on the back or side. Plus, the V40 also offers many options for the fingerprint unlocking animations. The V40 boasts impressive charging and battery performance with its big 5,500 mAh lithium-ion battery. The V40 offers excellent battery life, with an active use score of 16 hours and 37 minutes. This means it can comfortably last through a day of typical usage, including activities like browsing, social media, calls, and light gaming. For my personal daily use of mostly browsing, chats, social media, Wi-Fi calling, video and photography, and very few to no gaming, the phone lasts for 1.5 to 2 days for me, which is the best battery life for a phone that I've used in my life. I don't own a lot of phones though, and of course, always remember that battery life depends on what you do on your phone. So my battery experience could be very different from yours. The V40 typically takes under an hour to charge from 0% to 100% with its 80-watt wired charging capability. I usually charge my phone when it's down to around 20%, and it takes about 40 to 45 minutes to be fully charged. I was actually expecting faster time than that, but that is already fast to today's standards. The V40 also includes multiple layers of protection to ensure safe and efficient charging, including overcharge and overheat protection. And it also offers reverse wired charging, which allows you to use it to charge other devices, essentially turning it into a power bank. There's also the intelligent charging modes that optimizes the battery health by adjusting the charging speed based on your usage patterns. These extra features not only make charging quick and convenient, but also help in maintaining the long-term health of the battery. Overall, I'm very satisfied with the battery life and charging speed of the V40. All right. The V40 has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 octa-core processor with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 or 512 of storage, which automatically translates to it basically being able to run anything that you throw at it. Everything runs smooth and fast. It can handle multiple concurrent running apps easily, and I haven't experienced any freezing or hiccups on this phone yet. And yes, this phone can also game. As you can see here in Asphalt Legends Unite, I have pushed all the graphics settings to its maximum settings of high and ultra. And with this settings, I have never encountered any frame drops nor stuttering at all. The game ran very smoothly, and rendering of the game graphics are really crisp. I must confess though, that I am not a huge gamer. I only play Clash Royale and COD Mobile mostly, and occasionally some Tekken 7 and PPS/SPP, Asphalt, and the old games like NBA Jam, Candy Crush, and Plants vs. Zombies. I mostly use the phone for content creation, which means taking pictures and videos, and for social media and productivity activities. But regardless on what I do to the phone, it can execute them without any lags and issue. I think we have reached a point where the power of the flagship chips are not being fully utilized anymore, since the apps available to us have not been able to catch up with it. The mid-range chips today can run maybe 99% of all the apps available on a highest setting without any issue. So buying a mid-range phones like this V40 with mid-range chips is the most efficient use of our money. Okay, Vivo V40 also has many special features on its sleeves. First of which is the Aura light, which is a studio quality lighting effect that provides soft and even lighting that mimics professional studio lights, helping to illuminate your subject evenly and naturally. It enhances the quality of photos taken in dim environments by reducing shadows and brightening the scene without the harshness of a standard flash. Aura light is particularly useful for portraits. The aura light makes skin tones appear more vibrant and true to life. You can manually adjust the temperature of the aura light from warm to cool by using the slider in the camera UI. But it works intelligently to adjust the lighting based on the surrounding conditions, ensuring optimal results without manual intervention. This tiny ring light makes a lot of difference when taking pictures or videos from a low light environment, as you can see here on the sample. As with the trend these days, there's also a bunch of artificial intelligence in V40. The one I'm showing in the screen now is the AI Erase, which is basically the magic eraser of the Google Pixel phones. I can't show all the AI features here, as there's too many, but I can surely mention them. There's the AI Photo Enhance, which automatically optimizes brightness, contrast, and sharpness for vibrant, professional-looking photos. There's the Super Night algorithms that enhances brightness, clarity, and color accuracy in low-light conditions. AI facial contouring technology that ensures realistic selfies by solving facial distortion issues. AI multi-person face recognition that recognizes and enhances multiple faces in group photos. And the AI 3D studio lighting that achieves three-dimensional fill light for natural, professional-looking portraits. Then there's the Zeiss AI features like the multifocal portrait, which offers 3 focal lengths between 24, 35, and 50 millimeters for diverse portrait photography needs. And the Zeiss cinematic portrait video that provides cinematic effects with smooth focus transitions and oval flares. Most of these AI features are photo and video-centric that makes the V40 a powerful tool for producing high-quality photos and videos, enhancing your creativity and convenience. Talking about the photos, the V40's camera app has the familiar user interface, with the night, portrait, photo, video, and micro movie as default modes. The portrait mode has 10 different AI styles to work with. There's also the beautification options. Then the Zeiss Bokeh Flare, which enhances the shapes of bokeh lights in the background, with 7 options. And you can also adjust the aperture between f.95 up to f16. For the photo mode, you have an option for vivid, textured, and natural. Since most people I know will always like vivid mode, all the photos that I'll be showing later will be shot on vivid mode. We also have a macro mode here in photo. In video mode, we have 2 AI assistants for Zeiss Cinematic Video Bokeh Mode and Natural. Beautification options is also here. And we have option for standard and ultra stabilization. V40 can record videos up to 4K 30 FPS. Then we have the micro movie mode, which is optimized for recording short video clips, making it perfect for capturing quick moments or short videos. We have many effects to choose from here. And of course, when we go to the more option, we will have a lot more modes to choose from here, like the panorama, document scanning, slow motion, supermoon, pro mode, and many other usual stuffs. In the more settings menu, you can customize a lot more items as usual, like the aspect ratio, timer, grid lines, watermark, HDR mode, and more. Alright, now for the part that most are interested with, the cameras. V40 has 2 50-megapixel rear cameras. The main one is an f1.9 24mm lens with PDAF and OIS, and an ultra-wide lens with f2.0 15mm without any stabilization. As what anyone will expect on daylight photography or a setting with good lighting, everything looks great. Both the main and the ultra-wide lens capture sharp and detailed photos. Colors are vibrant and accurate with good contrast. The Zeiss optics help in maintaining natural color tones, and the color tones on both the main and ultra-wide lens are consistent with each other. The camera performs well in high dynamic range scenarios, balancing bright and dark areas effectively. And I also noticed is that the ultra-wide lens minimizes distortion, ensuring straight lines and natural-looking photos. When zooming in, photos remain usable even up to the maximum of 20 times zoom. Although when you reach 5 times zoom, the image starts to get soft and muddy. So if you still want to capture sharp and clear images, I would recommend to use only up to 3 times zoom. There's also a macro mode in V40, if you're into that. Although since it has no dedicated macro lens, it just reuses the ultra-wide lens, and the macro shots are hit and miss. Sometimes it's better to just use the main lens and shot a subject as close as you can. Comparing the shots of V40 with Samsung S23 base model, the S23 still captures better portrait shots, but on most cases, V40 has the upper hand for me. V40 captures sharper images, it has better contrast, and a more natural color. And of course, that macro mode is also a plus for the V40. And for me, the V40 shines the most on low light and night photography. You don't even need to choose night mode, as it automatically enhances low light performance by increasing brightness and reducing noise. Photos taken in low light are clear and detailed with natural colors. Just look at these photos. They are all taken on a totally dark environment in a cemetery during All Saints' Day. And they all look like they were taken before the sun set. Dynamic range, color reproduction, sharpness, noise reduction are all superb. The V40's rear camera setup, although lacking a dedicated telephoto lens, still offers a versatile and high-quality photography experience. They excel in capturing detailed and vibrant photos in various lighting conditions, with several AI enhancements that improve overall photo quality. Whether you're shooting landscapes, portraits, and especially for low-light scenes, the V40 delivers impressive results. In terms of video, the V40's camera setup does not disappoint either. Videos shot with the V40 exhibit vibrant colors and good contrast, thanks to the Zeiss optics. Autofocus of the camera is fast and accurate. As you can see here, I am switching focus between a far landscape subject to thin leaves, and small branches, and it always managed to easily and quickly shift focus accurately every time. Auto exposure also works great. In this video, I am shifting between a heavily sunlit plants and a dark shaded area. And when you watch this video, it's like these two very differently exposed or just have the same amount of light. Amazing! Stabilization also works great. There are two levels of stabilization here, the standard and the ultra stabilization. And for me, after testing them many times, the standard stabilization is better than the ultra. It's weird, I know, but look at these comparison videos and judge for yourself. I'm running on all of these videos. As with the photos, low light videos also works great. This video was shot on a very low light environment. In this middle part of the creek, the water covered with plants, I don't even see that with my naked eye while filming this. But the V40 can still capture it. It's like having an infrared camera in color. I was honestly amazed by this. I also played around with a slow-mo video, which is at 240 FPS, and the output looks great. Maximum zoom for the video of V40 is up to 10 times only, unlike in photos where you can go up to 20 times. Here's what the video zoom looks like. Comparing the video of V40 again with S23, the V40 shot has a blue tint on it, and the saturation was higher, but not oversaturated though, just added some color punch to it. While the S23 shot has a more natural color to it. Dynamic range are just about the same, but V40 has a better sharpness and contrast, so this will go down to personal preference. For me, I would prefer the V40 shot, as I am a sucker for vibrant colors and the better contrast and sharpness brings out a better video for me. But that's just me. The V40's rear camera setup are great that they can compete with the flagship level cameras. They might not win, but it will definitely be a close fight. Moving on to the selfie camera, which is another 50 megapixel lens with f2.0, 21mm, and autofocus. Since it is a 50 megapixel lens, it's no surprise that it captures detailed and sharp photos with accurate colors and natural skin tones, especially on a well-lit environment. Dynamic range is also great. This shot might not look the best, but considering that I am pointing directly at the sun and I can still clearly see my whole face on the shot, that is an amazing output, considering how harsh this photo is. As you reduce the light source of the shot though, the sharpness also suffers. It's still a good photo, but when you compare the good lighting shots versus the indoor shots like this, the softness is definitely noticeable. And I don't know how Vivo did this since we only have one selfie lens, but there's also an option for 0.6, 1x, and 2x option for the selfie. The portrait for selfie shots is a hit or miss for me. Like this one, for example. This is a portrait shot, but there's no noticeable blurring of background here. In terms of selfie videos, I am super satisfied, and here's some sample selfie shots so you can decide if it passes your standard or not.
I'm testing it on a sunny day and also testing the microphone. So what do you think? So from here you can also zoom in or zoom out if you want. I think it's really good. Let me know what you think in the comment below. Okay, so this is the test of the steady face mode of the selfie camera of the Vivo V40 5G. There's also a feature here called dual view. use the selfie and the rear camera at the same time, as you can see here.
Alright, after using the Vivo V40 5G for more than 3 weeks, I can say that it strikes a great balance between performance, camera quality, and battery life, making it a solid choice for both everyday use and more demanding tasks like gaming and content creation. The only cons that I can see from the V40 is the non-expandable storage, lacking of eSIM support, and a lacking wireless charging feature. But let's remember that this is a mid-range device, so all these features are not really expected to be here. And of course, there's the curved screen which many people are not fan of, including me. Considering that this mid-range device has flagship features like IP68, IP69 protection, premium glass protection front and back, a Zeiss camera collaboration, a huge battery, an 80-watt fast charging, and an AMOLED 120Hz screen, I would highly recommend this device to anyone. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If it has helped you in any way, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Nilisid for watching. Nova Air.